Dhruba, can you tell us a little bit about a story about the power of AI impacting others through your work?
When I remember the work I did, actually I did a number of workshops, number of trainings, and wherever I used appreciative inquiry, at the end, they have appreciated, and they have thanked us for facilitating, and without knowing, they saw the value of our work. And I remember one event, in 1998, there was a national workshop on community forestry, and we were discussing about the design of workshop, and there was another person appointed by the Department of Forest, and I was also appointed, and we had long debate whether to use appreciative inquiry or whether to use other approaches, and finally he agreed. And at the end, when we completed the facilitation, when we completed the workshop, then they appreciated the way it was run, and they did out of the outcome. And another example I cite is we used appreciative inquiry in reducing the maternal mortality rate in Nepal with the UNICEF. UNICEF hired us, and one of the UK funded project hired us to facilitate a number of workshops in different districts with hospital staff, hospital stakeholders, and in 2 years' time, the Ministry of Health, they recognized that the appreciative inquiry is one of the best practices in helping them reduce the maternal mortality rate and reducing the child mortality at that time. It was in 2005, 2006, and 7. So these are some of the examples.
That's great. What did you do specifically? How did you use AI? Because that's an amazing impact with the.
It was we facilitated program in hospitals and in health centers. It was workshop of hospital doctors, hospital stakeholders, management committee, and all the staff of hospitals and the health centers, and they came together, and it was changing the way hospital functions and the way they deal with the person who come to them for the services, the health services, and the communities, with communities too, and there was changes in the way hospital delivered their services, and there were other people, they had, the UNICEF also had other people to expand these approaches, to work these approaches, and we also help them develop the facilitators of appreciative inquiry, and there were policy changes as well from the government, and all these contributed to reduce the maternal mortality and child mortality, and they appreciated the appreciative inquiry was one of the approaches supporting them to reduce maternal mortality.
Did they use like a 4D approach with that, or what?
Exactly.
Did, no.
It's a 4D approach. So when we facilitate, we help them discover what worked well, when the hospital is working well, and we facilitate them to envision, what kind of services they wanted to see, what kind of services they wanted to improve. So in that way, it's a visioning. Then we facilitated them to design, what sort of change needed to achieve that, the kind of vision they dreamed, and then action planning, what action they would do. And it was in a modular way. It's a one go, then again there will be coaching in between, then again another workshop. So it was helping them with that kind of coaching support, and it was done in a number of hospitals, actually. UNICEF and one of the British funded project, they were facilitating it.